Alrighty. Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes on this wonderful, that's right, we made it, Super Bowl Sunday, Super Bowl 58 coming at us later today. We are going to break down all of the best props, my picks, everything else in between. Don't worry. We got some college basketball, NBA, and NHL to talk about as well. We'll get into all of that. Before we go any further, do just want to take a moment, shout out to our 431 incredible followers here on Rumble, 243 incredible followers on the YouTube. Appreciate each and every single one of you. And if you haven't yet, give us a follow somewhere. Maybe hit that like button. Helps us out a lot more than you know. But a lot to talk about today. Before we get into the Super Bowl and picks today, I do want to talk about something that I don't think's ever happened before. I don't think this has ever happened before in the history of the event. And I see this event changing now, probably in the future, as early as next year. But the Waste Management Open going on down here in Arizona. And we went on Friday, and let me tell you, absolute zoo. But every single year you go, it's an absolute zoo. And seeing stuff like this, you know what I mean? Just a shirtless guy running around. I mean, who the hell knows what's really going on here? But I mean, oh yeah, there we go. Just everyone eating shit. I mean, this is crazy. And all alcohol sales were suspended at the Waste Management yesterday, which unbelievable. But I mean, yeah, you got this happening at a golf event. I mean, it's insane. It really is. It's insane. But it's also the People's Open. And so, give the people what they want. And, this is the stuff that we do. This is just what the Waste Management is. And so I don't know. It's kind of unbelievable that they actually stopped selling alcohol at this event. But I mean, I guess they had to try to get some type of semblance of control over the event. It's insane, though. It is absolutely insane. It's a different experience for sure. Definitely. If you have an opportunity to go, I would always recommend going at least once. But it's, it's shocking. It was shocking to hear canceling all alcohol sales and just not being able to do anything about it. Now, granted, what was it last year? I believe last Saturday, they stopped selling alcohol and water, but that was because they ran out of it. And so I don't know. Who knows if maybe they did run out of it and they were waiting to get restocked? Who really knows what's going on there? But Waste Management, always just a wild scene. And so, hey, shout out to PGA. They get that one right. I'll give them that. They get that one right. But yeah, and I mean, might as well. We got some time. We can go ahead and look at the board real quick there. I want to see. Let's see who is up in the one spot. Still riding Detry to top 5 this one, or excuse me, Nick Taylor. Also took Nick Taylor outright, but hey, and that's why we like to see it right there. Solo number 1 right now. Sahith, I mean, coming into this, sitting there at 2. Sahith, we've been a big fan of Sahith. And it seems like he likes this course. Let's be honest. He likes this course. And so I like how he's playing. Granted, whoops. There we go. There are some questions. I do have questions about Sahith going into Sundays and if he can really, be able to hunker down and get her done. Nick Taylor, like we've talked about throughout the week, he is this course. He loves this course. He plays this course extremely well. And man, I mean, just a dog, just an absolute dog right now. Let's take a look at where those odds are at because I want to see if I can maybe sneak in on a little bit more Nick Taylor outright. All right. Not bad. So you're still catching Taylor at plus 450. Nice. And him and Sahith, they're right there. They're neck and neck. Sahith just a stroke back on the tournament. So could get dicey there. Looking at Scotty Scheffler at plus 550. I mean, always hard not to at least take a look at that. I mean, especially when you're getting great odds like that on Scotty himself. It's hard not to take a look at that and be like, that's a solid pick. But I'm going with my guns here. Noah and I have been hot on Nick Taylor this entire weekend. We've been very hot on Taylor, and so we think he's going to be able to really shut this one out. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it with Nick Taylor at, what is that, plus 450? Oops. I like it. I like it a lot. And yes, am I just digging myself a little bit of a hole, just dumping all the resources in there on Nick Taylor? A little bit, a little bit. Does that concern me? Not as much. We've been hot on Nick Taylor. We've got him top 10, top 5, top 20, all at plus money. And so at this point, let's just ride it out. All right, let's ride it out. I trust my gut. I trust my picks. I'm rolling with Nick Taylor here, plus 450 to win the Waste Management. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot. I'm liking that a lot. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into listen. 2 games in the NBA, 2 games in the NHL, and then a small slate there in college basketball. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. I want to start off here in the NHL. Let's get it moving on the ice. Starting off here with the Blues and the Canadiens. What's going on, computer? Help me out here. There we go. Maybe. Yep, there we go. Blues and the Canadiens. Canadiens plus 1.5 here at home. 6 is the total. Now, we've been doing this a minute. And I keep seeing the Blues being favored here in some of these games that are just wild. And it's just wild to me. Blues, they get a nice dub yesterday against the Sabres, playing on a back-to-back on the road this weekend. And I think that's got a lot to do with it. Not only that, but I think the Blues record is a little misleading. Just a little misleading there at 27, 21, and 2. They are 12, 12, and 1 on the road. So, not the worst. But I don't know. I'm liking the Canadiens here in this spot. Seeing them as a short dog at plus 100. We're going to get it moving like that. We're getting it moving that way with the Canadiens. Let's keep it moving. Canucks and the Caps. Plus 148 at home. 6 is the total here. Plus 1.5 at minus 165. The Canucks have been cooking. Let's not get anything twisted. The Canucks have been cooking. Washington Capitals have been a little bit of a disappointment this season, if we're going to be completely honest. But it's fine. It's all fine and dandy. I'm gonna take Washington Cap. I'm gonna take the Caps plus the 1.5 here. I think they're a sneaky underdog here. I think the money line at plus 148 isn't the worst pick in the world. But when you're getting a 1.5 at minus 165 there, I'm fine paying that juice. I have no problem paying that juice. Give me the 1.5. Can still make money on that juice without breaking the bank, without breaking your bankroll. And so I'm liking that there. Let's keep it moving. Let me get the ticker updated. And Caps plus the 1.5, baby. Let's go. Ticker is updated. Let's keep it moving. Let's go over to the NBA. Let's do it, baby. The nice thing is, if we get this parlay, we parlay all these together and everything, because that's what we're going to do. We get this to hit before the game starts. Whew. I'm just going to take all the props at that point. But all right, NBA. I'm just getting my screens pulled up here. All right, starting us off. 12-10 tip off. Nice and early tips today. Boston Celtics 5.5 point favorites at home. 226 is the total. Boston Celtics, again, they've been a good team. They've been a solid team all year long, and they're fumbling the bag a little bit. They're fumbling the bag in some big time spots. But hey, we'll forgive them. We'll see how they can come out here against the Heat. The Heat have been hot. Heat have been hot, pun intended. 4-1 in their last 5. Celtics 4-1 in their last 5 as well. We're just going with the better team here. We're going to go with the team that's a lot better, and I'm going with the Celtics on the road here, minus the 5.5. This is a team that's gotten me in trouble. I'm not going to lie. The Celtics have gotten me in trouble in the past, but we're going to roll the dice with them. And not rolling the dice with them. They're a good squad. I think we need to remember that. They're a good squad, solid squad. We're liking the Celtics there. Kings and the Thunder. Thunder 3-point favorites here at home. Kings coming in 30-21 on the season. The Kings really not turning it around from last year, but keeping that momentum going from the end of last season and looking damn good doing it. The Kings have beaten the Thunder the last 2 times, but that was out there in Sacramento. injuries. I mean, nothing too hard. Oh, Gordon Hayward's going to be out. That's a little bit of a blow there for the Thunder. Chris Durant. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do, because I hate the NBA and everything is telling me, hey, let's take the Thunder at home, solid squad at home. But Gordon Hayward being out, I mean, I like Chet. I think Chet's going to absolutely ball out today. No ifs, ands, or buts there. Yeah, we're going to go with the Kings plus the 3 here. Not only do the Kings have a couple of wins already over the Thunder, but they're playing good right now. They're playing solid right now. 3-2 in their last 5. Thunder coming off of coming off of 2 losses on the road in the last couple of days, and a back-to-back today as well. So look for them to be slowing down a little bit. Yeah, give me the Kings here, coming off of a nice win against Denver on Friday. So let's roll with that. Kings plus the 3. And definitely, I don't mind the money line sprinkle here. Would not mind the money line sprinkle, if we're going to be honest. All right, let me just get the ticker updated. And a boom, baby. There we go. Ticker is updated. That's that's hockey for you. That's basketball for you. Let's get into some college hoops for a hot second. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. There we go. All right, starting us off first, Seton Hall, Villanova. Villanova 6.5-point favorites here at home. 132.5 is the total. Seton Hall's been a solid team this year. I think everyone needs to really remember that. We need to sit down and remember that Seton Hall has been a solid squad this year, and it really feels like they're going to continue to just be that solid squad this year. Villanova, on the other hand, playing good basketball. I think the books got this line wrong, though. I think this is, I don't even have it up. My bad, guys. I think this book has it wrong, though. 6.5, I just don't see not only Seton Hall being underdogs here, but the fact that they are such big dogs here. I'm loving Seton Hall plus the 6.5. Really liking that plus 210 on the money line. Definitely looking for a sprinkle there. Definitely looking for a sprinkle with a Seton Hall. Boom, baby. We like it. Next game on the slate, FAU, Wichita State. Wichita State 7.5-point dogs here at home. 148.5 is the total. Now, FAU, this has been rough for FAU. They have been definitely sliding. Noah and I think that they're more than likely going to be falling out of the top 25 here soon, especially if they keep playing the way they're playing, and then out of the tournament conversation in general. Man. And Wichita, 10-13 on the season, 2-8 in conference play. Not the best, but again, FAU just losing in some easy spots that they should be winning. Just look at, when they played UAB on Thursday, and going to overtime, losing by 3, just not a good shake there. Not a good shake there by FAU. Need a bounce back, need a big win here. As much as I don't like the number, 7.5 is very shitty. Minus 345 in my opinion. Just a little unbettable, even if I'm putting it into a parlay. That I get that 34, minus the 345, minus a 500. Those are the ones that I'm looking at that are going to bust the parlay. And so, what's the total at again? 148. Okay, I think I'm going to stay off the side here. Again, I think FAU wins this game, but I'm going to go over 148.5 here. I think it's going to be very lax on defense on both sides here. So let's keep it moving. FAU, Wichita State, over. Oh, man, now I got to put that in the... Let me get it. That's spelled Wichita, right? $148.5, baby. Let's keep it moving. excuse me, Penn State, Northwestern, 8.5 point favorites here. 145 is the total. Penn State, this was a squad that I was kind of high on going into the season and have definitely been disappointing me every step of the way. Kind of impressive, honestly. Northwestern, obviously coming in here as the favorites. They have been absolutely killing it lately, 16-7. They're 3-2 in their last 5. Same thing here with Penn State, coming off of a nice win against Iowa, putting 10 up on them. That 8.5 is a lot of points. That's a lot of points, and I think this is going to be a closer game than people are expecting. Northwestern probably takes this one, but it's going to be close. It's going to be close coming down to the wire. Give me Penn State plus the 8.5 here, keeping it close, and I'm looking at the over there at 145. I just want to say that. Looking at the over a little bit early. I don't know. I'm going to stay away from that over, though. We're good. We're good with Penn State. Plus the 8.5, baby. Boom, boom, boom. All righty. Tulane and Memphis. Memphis 8-point favorites here against the Green Wave at home. 166 is the total. High total if you ask me here. Memphis is solid. Memphis, I think, is one of the more underrated basketball teams playing right now, and they're going to go out there and they're going to have to prove it. They're going to have to prove it against a Tulane team that loves to shoot and loves to make it in the basket. It's almost damn near impressive how good they are. How good their shooting is. Great field goal percentage. Defense does need a little bit of work though. 166. I mean, that looks like an over to me, doesn't it? Doesn't that just scream over to you? That's kind of where I'm leaning with that. But I'm going to stay away from the total. I'm going to definitely take Memphis here. Liking the way Memphis has been playing. I like their ball, like their style. Memphis minus the 8 here. I know, big number, but hey, got to be comfortable with uncomfortable numbers, like we've talked about. North Texas, SMU Mustangs, 6-point favorites here at home. 126.5 is the total. I'm looking for a way to, whenever I go into a pick, if I look at a game and I'm like, all right, this looks too obvious to me, I go into the handicapping trying to find every single reason to not take that team. But when I look at North Texas, I look at SMU, I can't find a reason to take the mean green whatsoever. So taking SMU here, minus the 6 at home, liking it a lot. Let's keep it moving. Did I add Memphis in there? Nah. Got to keep myself honest. Memphis minus 8. We're also adding SMU minus the 6 to the card. Boom, baby. All right. UAB, Tulsa. UAB coming off of, again, a nice win against FAU a couple of days ago. Going to Tulsa. Tulsa, 3.5-point dogs here at home. 154.5 is the total. You take a look at these two squads. Not a lot of defense going to be played here. Not a lot of defense. That's why you're seeing that total so high there at 154.5. It's going to come down to shooting. Going to come down to who can get the ball going the best. Excuse me, UAB on the road here today. That's my bad. 7-3 in conference. Yeah, I think this line should be a little bit higher. Don't get me wrong. UAB does not have great defense, but I think they're going to step up enough. I think they're going to step up enough, get in there and not worry about it so much. Game on. What is up? Throw this on the parlay and let's win big. Like San Francisco, Ward under 3 tackles. Purdy under 30.5 tackles. Purdy under 30.5 pass attempts. Purdy over 3.5 rush attempts. Under on both QBs sacks. Like the under on the sacks. Screaming on the unders on the sacks. Will, how are you doing today, Bob? How are you doing today? Nice to see you in the chat, buddy. But San Francisco, bro, you're kind of killing. And thank you for the donation, Will. You're the best, man. You're the best. Again, if you don't watch Game On podcast, you're missing out. You need to go check them out. Why do I feel Debo is scoring the first touchdown? Hold on. All right, Will, hold on. Let me get this stuff pulled up. Let me get it pulled up. Purdy definitely going under 30.5 tackles. No shit, right? Purdy just, he's a dog. He's a dog. I think we need to remember that. He's an absolute dog, but he's just not going to get that many tackles today. Oh, by the way, before we get into this, I do just want to go over it. 10-leg parlay. plus 56,577 odds right there. That's your NBA, NHL, college basketball for the day. Let's get that 10-legger going, huh? Let's get it going. But let's look at Debo real quick, huh? Let's look at that Debo first touchdown scorer. And now, Will, I got to ask you, you got heads or tails, bro? You got heads or tails? Because that's where I'm sitting at right now. What am I looking at there? Nope. First touchdown scorer. Come on, book. Come on, book. Why are we messing with me today? That's also the thing about these, whatchamacallit, the Super Bowl. There's so many props. We're going to take so many props today. Why am I not finding touchdown scores? Let's go. Alrighty. Touchdown score, last touchdown score. Oh, my book sucks. That's why. Or first San Francisco 49er touchdown scorer. So if we want to just get specific here, so we're just going to take first touchdown scorer off of it. The first San Francisco 49er to score a touchdown. That's a prop that we can look at there. That's a prop I'm liking. And hey, Will, brother, we looking at Debo plus the 360 there for San Francisco first touchdown score. I love that. I love that because, CMC, yes, you can take it there at plus 145. First of all, you're getting CMC at plus odds to score a touchdown. Hard to not look at that. But you take a look at, kind of how at least I think the Chiefs are going to attack this 49ers offense. They're going to try to take away CMC. They're going to load that box up. They're going to do whatever they can to win in the trenches. They're going to make Purdy throw this ball. They want him to throw this ball down the field as many times as possible. And so you start looking at a Debo. You start looking at a Brandon Ayuk. You start looking at a George Kittle. But no, I kind of like Debo here because even if they are successful in being able to take away CMC here, you're going to get Debo in there on those swing routes, on those out routes. I like it a lot. I like Debo there. First 49er to score a touchdown. Debo is at plus 900 to have first touchdown in the game. Will, brother, I love it. I love Debo. I love Debo. First touchdown score of a game. First touchdown for the 49ers. I mean, I'm going to take that one. I like that it's a little bit more exact. And not only that, but get an opportunity to make more money, plus money on a guy like a Debo Samuels, on a CMC. So liking that. I mean, we might as well take a look at first KC to score a touchdown, first Chief to score a touchdown. Just feel like if they get in the red zone that first time, you'll see some trick play with CMC being the distraction. I mean, probably, we're going to get into the Super Bowl. I mean, listen, if we're going to have two offensive coordinators that can just throw the playbook out and have fun with, all these different plays, these gadget plays, trick plays, whatever the hell you want to call them, it's Shanahan and Reed. Those are the two guys that are going to be able to pull that shit out and make it work and make it look pretty. Yeah, we'll probably see it down there. CMC, they'll probably have him pulling a Tyreek Hill and just running all around the backfield, trying to confuse the hell out of everybody. Maybe a little pitch here, pitch there, and then a dump off. Who knows? But yeah, CMC, I think they're going to want to use CMC, and I think they're going to try to definitely establish that run initially, but the Chiefs are going to figure that out. The Chiefs, again, this is the best defense Patrick Mahomes has ever played with, all right? Spags and the boys are going to get it figured out. They're going to have to stop CMC in order to have a chance in this game, and I'm really feeling it there. I'm feeling that these boys are going to get it figured out. Hurts for me to not bet CMC. He's made me so much money, first touchdown. Bro, I get it. But like we're saying, they're going to do whatever they can to take that away. They're going to have to use him as a distraction. The 49ers, and this is hard because I've been looking at CMC props all week, and I'm hesitant to take his under because we all know CMC. It just takes one little boom, and he is gone. He's gone for 50, 70, and there goes his total. You know what I mean? He's over. It's unbelievable. But again, this is a different game. I'm really high on Brandon Ayuk. He has been that guy that the 49ers have been able to go to when Kittle, when CMC, when Debo are taken away, taken out. He has been that production guy for them. And so I also like Brandon Ayuk anytime touchdown. We'll get more into the anytime touchdowns, including I do got a guy to score 2 touchdowns. I think I know who's scoring 2 touchdowns today. But hold on. Let me get the I got a ticker for the Super Bowl props. Yeah, there we go, baby. Oh yeah, we're rocking and rolling. So Brandon Ayuk first. Whoops. My coffee's kicking in. I'm starting to get the jitters right now. Whew. I'm drinking this Dunkin' espresso. like K-Cup. And man, this is my second one. Let's go. All righty, there we go. Looking at the 40, let's look at the Chiefs. Who's going to score the first touchdown for the Chiefs? I think that's a great question. I think that's a good question to ask and a question that we can answer here. You're looking at a Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, yeah. Plus 180, not the worst look there. Isaiah Pacheco at plus 220. I will say this. For the Chiefs to be successful tonight, for the Chiefs to win this game, Isaiah Pacheco, Rashee Rice are going to need to be the guys that step up. First of all, Chiefs are going to have to win in the trenches, both on the offensive and defensive side of the football. So let's open up that run game, get that play action set up. If the Chiefs can get that play action rolling, then it's going to be a completely different ball game, and the 49ers are going to be playing from behind. Get that Purdy interception in there. But first touchdown score, I mean, and I hate to say this. I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it, and it makes a lot of sense. We're really going to sit here and not think it's going to Travis. Really? Taylor flew here all the way from Tokyo. Do you know how many private jets she had to use for that? Get those memes up. But you got to look at Travis Kelce. You got to look at Travis Kelce at plus 180 first touchdown score. Again, Super Bowl, yes, the Chiefs have been here, done that before. But you look at an Isaiah, you look at a Rashee Rice, might take them a moment to get comfortable, might take them a moment to get into that space and kind of block out the extra noise. And so look for Patrick Mahomes to be looking for a guy that's reliable, his guy. Look for him to be looking for Travis Kelce. Plus 180, first Kansas Chief touchdown score. I like that a lot. I would also be lying to you if I didn't say MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling at plus 800 is not a terrible look either. MVS at plus 800. He's really come out. He's come out during this playoff run, and he has done a lot for this team. He has kind of been that clutch. I'll say it. He's been the clutch guy for him. You need a guy to go down there and get the ball. You're going to go to MVS. You're going to go to Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice. Those are the guys you're going to go to. And so I do like MVS there at plus 800 as well as kind of a sleeper there, kind of a little bit of a sleeper there at plus 800. But again, just I'm going to sprinkle it up a little bit. Just give it a little sprinkle. It's the Super Bowl. This is the last time I get to bet on NFL until September. Yes, we do have the UFL, UHL. UFL. Yes, UFL. We do have the UFL coming at the end of March, which, yes, we will be covering. We will be betting on, at least until we don't like it anymore, because we tried the USFL when that first came out, and that was miserable. The XFL was fun. USFL was miserable. So we'll see what the UFL can do. But all right, let's stay in touchdowns. I want to stay in touchdowns. Let's just look at touchdown scores. All right. Let's take a moment. Let's just take a moment. Let's talk about it. Oh, I got to get the graphic. Going. Sorry, 1 second. All right, there we go. All right, let's start with the 49ers. Who is scoring for the 49ers? The way my book's got it set up, you got first touchdown anytime and player to score 2 or more. So look in CMC, Debo, Brandon Ayuk. I mean, CMC anytime touchdown scorer at minus 230. Yeah, that's kind of the world we're living in. That's kind of the world we're living in and the world that we have been used to when it comes to CMC touchdown scores. Now, is it going to hit? More than likely. That's one of those picks that you look at and it's like, yeah, more than likely CMC anytime touchdown is gonna be cooking at minus 230 there. And then again, you know how much they use him. You know how much the book respects CMC. So getting him there at plus 175 for 2 touchdown scores, I don't hate, but I really don't like. I really don't like it, especially just, man, it's a big game. It's the big game, as they like to say. I don't want to take anyone in 2 touchdown scores at plus 175. I don't care if people look at it like it's free money, but I'm not feeling comfortable there at plus 175. Now, we're hanging it at plus 850, plus 1200. This is a different story. Like we're looking at Debo and Brandon. But even then, I do think the 49ers are going to have to spread this out. They're going to have to spread it out. They're going to have to really extend themselves. I would not look away from a Kyle Juszczyk anytime touchdown at plus 850. First of all, love betting on Kyle Juszczyk. He's a dog. He's an absolute dog, but he is one of those guys that always gets lost in the mix here. And so I like Kyle Juszczyk anytime touchdown scorer at plus 850. That's right, at plus 850. And then, like I've been saying all morning, Brandon Ayuk plus 170 anytime touchdown scorer. He's a dog. He is a dog. When CMC and Samuel and Kittle aren't available, he is available. He is an absolute dog. So you look at Brandon Ayuk at plus 170 there. All right. And then, I mean, if you want to take George Kittle there at plus 180, I like that a lot. I would, if you like him to score one touchdown, I think you'll like him to score two. I would be looking at, George Kittle at two touchdown scorer today at plus 1,400. Spoiler alert, I think the tight ends are going to eat today. I think the tight ends are absolutely going to eat today. So keep an eye out there. Let me get the graphic up. Hold on 1 second. All right. Ayuk. Juszczyk. I haven't had to spell that one out in a while. Beautiful. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the Chiefs and how the Chiefs are going to stack up. Who do I think is scoring for the Chiefs? Who do I think is scoring? Well, I already kind of blew the load a little bit. I think the tight ends are going to eat today. I really think you look at both of the quarterbacks. They both trust their tight ends. They both, they look for them. They look for them. And, the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, they got that connection. And who does Patrick Mahomes trust on this offense? It's Travis Kelce. It's Travis Kelce. So Travis Kelce plus 400 for two, not one, but two touchdown scores today. And in case you are betting on an offshore book, again, bet responsibly, bet safely. But I will be taking yes for proposal. I do think Travis Kelce, I just think that wraps up the script very nice for the season, if we're going to be honest. But Travis Kelce plus 400, player to score two touchdowns on the game. Loving that. I would look at a Rashee Rice maybe at a plus 135. Patrick Mahomes at plus 420 to run one in. I like that a lot. MVS at plus 600. Don't hate that whatsoever if we're looking at a touchdown score. Then you get into defense. I mean, Chris Jones is always a juicy pick there, right? Chris Jones, always a little juice there. I like that a lot. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to roll with the Chiefs. We're going to go Travis Kelce, 2 touchdowns, Patrick Mahomes for a touchdown, MVS for a touchdown as well. Again, I think MVS is going to be a bigger factor in this game than people are ready to understand. He's an absolute dog when he needs to be and comes in the clutch all the time. All righty. Beautiful. All right, let's get into some other props, huh? We've done the touchdowns. Let's get into some other props. What are the specials coming up? All right. Coin toss, baby. Coin toss. I know this is the one everyone waits for. This is the one that everyone gets stoked for, and I love it. I love it. I'm not going to do who wins the toss. But I'm going with heads this year. I'm going with heads at minus 105. Again, shop your books. I've been seeing it at plus 100, plus 105 at some books, just depending on where you're going. But I will say I do like, heads here for the coin toss. Thank you very much. Will a missed kick hit an upright? I mean, as a Bears guy, I respect the doink. I respect the doink. And so, man, yes, no, maybe so. All right, I think we're gonna roll. With yes, we are gonna get a doink. We are gonna get a doink in this game. Let's get that doink going. I love it. Now, comeback win from a double-digit deficit. I find this one very interesting because I was getting ready for the show today, getting ready, looking over my numbers and everything. And oh man, for some reason, this game is giving me Falcons and Patriots vibes. 28-3, if anyone was wondering. It's giving me those vibes. And so I do kind of like come back from a double-digit deficit, yes. At plus 350. Not enough juice on it for me to take that, especially here in the Super Bowl when we got a bunch of other props, but not too bad. Not too bad. All right, what will be longest in the game? Longest touchdown scored or the first punt? Huh. Ooh, okay. So is someone going to break off a 70, 100-yard touchdown, or is the first punt going to go 80 yards? I'm staying away from that. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm staying away from that. All right, we were quick. Deebo Samuel and Rashee Rice to have 1+ reception in the first quarter. I like that at minus 220. That's not bad. I will be the first Christian CMC or Isaiah Pacheco to score the first touchdown. Not liking that at minus 175. The Carabulu parlay. Pacheco for a rushing touchdown. Rashee Rice, 51 receiving yards. That's not too shabby there at plus 180. If we're going to be honest, that is not too shabby at all. I'm kind of liking that there at plus 180. I'm going to stay off it, though, for right now. All righty. What else do we got cooking? Oh, hold on. Let me get the ticker updated. Let's get that ticker updated. We're going with heads. Heads on the coin toss, baby. What was it? Yes, on a doink. Thought I had one more. Nope, we're rolling with those two on this page. Love it. Love it. All right, let's make a good same gamer here, huh? Like a same game parlay. Let's get that cooking. I think we can get one, maybe plus. I think we can get a plus a million one here. I think we can be chilling with that. All right. I'm gonna make y'all wait for this one. I'm gonna make y'all wait for make y'all wait for that one. Let's start with my touchdown scores. As we've talked about, CMC anytime touchdown, not the worst thing ever. Minus 230. We're putting it in a parlay. We're gonna go ahead and get that cooking there. Deebo, Rashee Rice. I'm going to go with Brandon Ayuk at plus the 170. As I mentioned many times, I think he is an absolute dog and is going to need to get it done in order for this team to have some type of a chance. And then, yeah, we'll go use check here. No, I'm going to stay off the use check for the parlay. Can I get my 2 touchdown scores? Do we have that up for the same gamer? Or alternate touchdown scores? Travis Kelce alt receiving yards. What are we looking at there? 75 plus, 50 plus. I mean, I think he's going to be right around in there, 50, 75, like just in that mix. I don't see him like he's going to need to have a monster game. He's going to need to have a monster game. I'm looking at him, I will say, for MVP. It all works out there. It all just makes a lot more sense there. But all right, we'll stick with that. What else do we like here? Total interceptions. Brock Purdy, I'm taking Brock Purdy over the half an interception. I do think we get a big Purdy interception here. It's just a matter of time. He's been looking sloppy at the back end of games, especially with the Lions and the Packers. And so it's worrisome. It is worrisome a little bit. So I'm definitely taking Purdy over the half there on the interceptions. Will had one. What was that one Will had? I liked what you were cooking, Will. Pretty under 30.5 attempts. I like that. Alt rushing yards. Purdy's going to run the ball. 25 plus, though, not looking at that. Brock Purdy passing yards. What is his passing yards at? 225, 227? No, I need to go under. I want to go under on those. Why is my book being a pain right now? CMC receptions. I don't like that. I mean, yes, they do use them a lot for the receptions, but it's one of those. If I'm gonna, I don't want to put. Yeah, that's too high. That's too high. Total made extra points. I mean, yeah, I would go Harrison Butker over 2.5. I think the Chiefs score 3 times. I think the Chiefs are going to score 3 times. This is going to be a fun one. I really think it is almost underappreciated how nicely these two teams match up. Not only that they match up so nicely, but I mean, both of their games complement each other so nicely. The defense both defenses are kind of set up perfectly for these offenses, but these offenses at the same time are able to scheme themselves in those ways to really get in there. I mean, we're going to see an absolute clinic today. And I think we all do need to take a moment and really appreciate everything that's going to be going on here, because this is going to be a hell of a game. All right. Player total rushing yards. Thank you. Can we get here? 90.5 for him. That's a little too high. I do think if we're just looking at rushing yards, I think CMC is going to get stopped. I really think the Chiefs are going to have to scheme up something to really put him in a blender, put him in a binder. But I'm liking CMC under 90.5 rushing yards on the game. Pacheco at 66.5. That's an uncomfortable number. And I know I've been saying you got to be comfortable with uncomfortable numbers, but not that uncomfortable. I'll be chilling on that. Patrick Mahomes, I will be taking his over on rushing yards at 25.5. He's a sneaky son of a bitch when it comes to running that football. He is sneaky. He's not fast. He is not overly athletic. He looks like a bum running, but he's quick. He gets the first down and some, has no problem lowering that shoulder. I think we're really going to see something good here with Patrick Mahomes. Over 25.5 rushing yards. Yes, you got to pay that juice at minus 125, but not hating that. I don't hate that at all. Well, again, I got Travis Kelce for 2 touchdowns. Mahomes is going to need to throw him those. So I'll take Mahomes over 1.5 passing touchdowns on the game. All right, should I give you my pick? If you guys haven't figured it out yet, my official Super Bowl 58 pick. And I won't lie to you, it worries me. It worries me a little bit. It's one of those picks where I've been trying to go back and forth on it, but I haven't been able to. Go back and forth on it because the more and more I look at it, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I watch on it. How do you bet against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and the Chiefs in the playoffs? How do you do it? And I understand what we're thinking. Hey, Purdy and the boys. Yes, this roster for the 49ers on offense and defense, explosive, dominant, can really handle business when need to handle business. Okay? But as we've seen going through this playoffs, Purdy is he can be off sometimes. And when he's off, it puts the 49ers in really difficult situations. And one thing the Kansas City Chiefs are very good at doing, no matter which Chiefs team you're looking at, is they're able to take those opportunities that the other team gives them and step on their throat. Not only that, this is one of those games. The Chiefs go down early. The Chiefs go down by a touchdown and a field goal, 2 touchdowns. I'm still looking at the Chiefs. Because if anyone can come back, if anyone can make that comeback, drag their team back from the depths of hell to come back and win a Super Bowl, it's Patrick Mahomes. It's him. Now, do I think Purdy's going to have a great game? Yes. Do I think the 49ers are going to play great football? Yes. I think this is going to be a very, very competitive football game. But with all that being said, at the end of the day, how do you bet against the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl? I've not been able to find an answer yet. And I've been looking. I've been looking, but I can't find it. Taking the Chiefs plus 105 on the money line, taking the Chiefs plus 1.5, taking the Chiefs every single which way to Sunday. I love the Chiefs here. And I know what everyone's thinking. You can go ahead and say it. It worries me some too. Everyone and their mom is on the Chiefs. The public is on the Chiefs. The book has been keeping the line right here at 1.5, 2.5. And yet we have still continued to see huge bets coming in on the 49ers at this minus 125, minus 1.5. I'm not talking a couple hundred. I'm talking 500,000, 700,000. Huge bets coming in on the 49ers, but yet also seeing some inverse on the Chiefs, just not nearly as much. And so at the end of the day, it's scary. And yes, we are going to have to look at that graphic going into Super Bowl Sunday and see all the analysts pick the Chiefs. But again, answer me this. How do you bet against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? I'm still waiting. But anyway, talking about that same game parlay, that's an 8-leg parlay at plus 5,000 odds. Plus 5,000 odds, plus all of the fun stuff you see in the ticker there for all the props that I'm taking today for the Super Bowl. Feeling good, feeling it. We're looking good today. We're looking good today. Again, running through that same game parlay one more time. CMC anytime touchdown. Brandon Ayuk to score a touchdown. Over half for Brock Purdy interceptions. Over 2.5 for Harrison Butker. Total made extra points. Under 90.5 CMC rushing yards. Over 25.5 Patrick Mahomes rushing yards. Over 1.5 Patrick Mahomes total passing touchdowns. Kansas City Chiefs on the money line. Plus 5,000. 8-leg parlay. Let's go. Let's freaking go. It's Super Bowl Sunday, people. Let's go. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not done with the Super Bowl. I forgot about it. How could I forget about it? Let's talk about the MVP. And this MVP conversation, I think, is a very interesting one here. Because you look at both teams here. You got a guy in Travis Kelce and a guy in CMC. You know what I mean? Those are going to be the position players you're looking to when it comes to the MVP conversation. And of course, you're going to look at Patrick Mahomes and Brock Purdy, both sitting there at pretty short odds, plus 130, plus 200. Yes, typically a quarterback award even here in the playoffs. But realistically, I don't think this is going to be a quarterback that wins this. Regardless of which team wins, I don't think a quarterback wins the MVP this year. And that's not a shot at Brock Purdy, not a shot at Patrick Mahomes, but at least when it comes to the Chiefs, this is a very different Chiefs team than Patrick Mahomes has taken to the Super Bowl before. This is a team that's going to need to really lean on the defense here and really lean on that run game. But not only that, leaning on your position players, leaning on a guy like Travis Kelce to make those catches and get the yak after. But also looking at CMC there at plus 400. Looking at CMC at plus 400. Who's going to, if the 49ers win this game, it's going to be because he runs the ball down their throat, gets cut loose a couple of times, and is in the end zone 2-3 times. That's how CMC walks his way to the MVP there. You throw 100 yards on top of that, good to go. But again, everyone wants to talk about how the NFL scripted until now. And now I want to talk about it being scripted and how this just leads to the perfect script ending. The perfect love story, if you will. Travis Kelce at plus 1,200. Listen, Travis Kelce is going to need to have a big game for the Chiefs to get in there. That's why I'm taking him with 2 touchdowns. So that's why I'm taking him over on reception. I like Travis Kelce a lot here. He's going to need to be the anchor for this Chiefs team if they want any semblance, any chance really of winning this ball game. He is going to need to be at the top of his game. And that's just how it's going to need to be. I'm liking Travis Kelce here at the plus 1,200. We're cooking. We like it a lot. Whew. And that's the Super Bowl, baby. That is the Super Bowl. Those are my picks. I'm sticking to them. It's going to be a good one. I really think it's going to be a good one. Okay, last little tidbit here. Sorry, I'm still, they're just popping up. Will the MVP award be given to a quarterback? So if you want, you're going to get, a little bit shorter odds, but if you don't want to just dump in on a CMC or on a Travis Kelce or something like that, but you don't think like myself, it's going to be a quarterback award this year, taking no at plus 205 is solid. That is solid as hell. I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah. Woo! That's it, baby. That's it. I'm sticking to it. Those are my Super Bowl picks for the day. College, NBA, and NHL down below as well. And yeah, let's go. Let's have a great Sunday. Let's have a great Super Bowl Sunday. Let's enjoy the last bit of football before we move on to the rest of sports. Pitchers and catchers report this week. Let's not forget that. Waste management going on. We're feeling it. We're liking it. But yeah, that's all I got today. I do want to take a moment. Shout out to the 14 people still hanging around. Appreciate each and every single one of you. If you like what we're cooking, hit that like button. Helps out a lot more than you know. Do want to shout out as well our 243 incredible followers over there on the YouTube and our 431 incredible followers here on the Rumble. Appreciate each and every single one of you. All the love and support. Y'all are truly the best. But yeah. With all that being said, thank you again for listening. Thank you again for watching. Have a great Super Bowl Sunday. Enjoy it. I, of course, have been the Brofict one, AJ, and I'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.